everyone, welcome to another motovlog on my channel. My name is Marshall3498. Today's motovlog is going to be, as my channel is most of the time, motorcycle related topic. Today's topic is something I've been going through a while now, as far as deciding on what kind of bike I want to get next. And I've got it narrowed down to two bikes. One is, the new gen, meaning 16 and up with the new LED headlights front and rear. All the new updates is a 2016 and up FJR1300 ES, which is electronic suspension, is what ES stands for. That's one of the new bikes I'm considering in a little over a year from now. So won't have it for 2019. Oh God, dog. Hopefully it doesn't chase me. I hope not. 2019 riding season. So I won't have it for 19, but 2020 riding season. It's just the way life goes. It's down between that, and I know I'm going away from Yamaha, and everybody's gonna be like, what? But it's both bikes have their pluses and minuses when I say this, and is like a 2016 up there again. Well, it would be a 17 or up if I chose that option because of a main update they put on it, and it would be a 2017 BMW GS, not the GS Adventure, but the GS. Main reason I say that is, I've rode a regular GS and I've rode a GS Adventure. Both bikes handle, once you get up to, 35, 40 mile an hour, both bikes handle, as far as the way they ride, almost the same. Main difference is, the GS Adventure has all the exoskeleton stuff, has a much bigger gas tank. I think it's like an 8.5 gallon gas tank. Is a big gas tank. And the GS Adventure comes in stock form with a little bit better wind protection. It has little winglets like right around here on the edges of the windshield, and it comes with a different factory windshield. That's the main difference besides the exoskeleton stuff. I think the GS, but like I said, it'd be a 17 and up, because if I was going to spend a little bit more money, close to $4,000 to $5,000 more than Yamaha, yes, I know it's a lot. I would want one, with the TFT display, because the 17 and up is the only year you can get the display, or is it an 18? I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'm wanting to say it's an option on the 17, becomes standard on the 18. I think that's what it is. Don't quote me on that if I'm wrong in the comments. But I can't wrap my head around it. Both bikes have plus and minuses, and I don't really know which one I'd be happy with in a long term, like years and years. Probably at least 5 or 6 years to have that bike, maybe more like 10. The FJR1300 is an outstanding bike. I rode it. I rode two of them. I rode one just a couple months ago at the Blue Ridge Run with Cave Troll, went down there with me. I rode that, and I rode it the year before, which was a 17. The one I rode just previously was 18. No difference really, just a different color. The 18 to that matte kind of bluish purple finish, and like the bars are blacked out, and some other stuff is blacked out instead of being like a silver or chrome finish. There's really no difference in bike to bike. But between the GS and the FJR, yes, the FJR is cheaper, but I feel like if I was to choose, I don't know, the thing that the main difference is money, not an object aside, is which bike is going to be more comfortable over a long 3 to say 500 mile day, because that's primarily what I'm getting this next bike for, so I can really do some really long distance touring. Go 2 states away in one day in relative comfort. I know that, both bikes, they're not a Gold Wing, they're not a, great big Harley Limited or something like that. So they're not as comfortable because your knees are still bent and barely behind you. I don't know, but I've ridden both bikes. Both bikes seem very comfortable, but I almost feel like, and it's a toss-up. Like I said, both have plus and minuses. If you take the price away. The GS is about 100 pounds lighter than the FJR 1300 ES. But is that extra weight on the interstate? Y'all guys tell me this in the comments. Like I said, I still got a while before I make my mind up and able to get it. Does that extra weight help? Like out on the interstate, on the open road, you know, with turbulent air around semis and stuff and other cars? I don't know, because I've not had a chance to take either one of them on really the interstate for a long extended amount of time. So like I said, the weight thing, yeah, you get on the back roads of the FJR, I realize the weight is going to be negative against the FJR, and it's not going to be quite as nimble. But I will tell you this from riding the FJR, even though it's a bike that fully fueled, I think weighs 640 pounds from the factory, and a BMW GS, I don't know by their stock specs if they're quoting this with or without luggage. I think it's like 550, so it's like 100 pounds difference. Obviously, like I said, FJR is going to be a little more to muscle around, but it does not feel that heavy. Even on little back roads like this, you know, 40, 35, 55 miles an hour. And I've ridden on two demo days, and both of them had back roads with, you know, some curvy sections, some bumpy sections. Both bikes, from what I can tell, the suspension comfort, at least on the on-road, anyways, is about the same. But the FJR, even though it weighs that heavy, it weighs all, you know, like a lot of Japanese four-cylinders, the motor's tilted like this forward, so it makes it weigh its weight down lower. And the FJR does not feel like it weighs that much. It doesn't feel like it weighs this, maybe 100 pounds more, like maybe 550, to be honest. Except when you're going really slow, like just now got the clutch let out. Yay, another person mowing all their grass out in the road. Awesome, moron. But, you know, it doesn't feel that heavy. You know, you can get used to anything like that. That's not a deal breaker, feeling a little bit heavy at slower speeds. The FJR is a prettier bike, I think. The BMWs, they're kind of utilitarian look. They're not like hideous to me, but they're not really pretty. The BMW has, I think, some more electronic advancements, meaning the electronics on it, you know, the traction control and ABS are probably, you know, engineered better. The Yamaha's, you know, even though it's a good bike and there's nothing wrong with the electronics on it, I feel like the BMW's electronics are probably a little better, especially the ABS and the traction control. Both are probably a little bit better, you know. Whether you feel that or not, yeah, who knows. Like I said, there's plus and minus to both bikes. The BMW has the better already set up factory GPS prep. No, that's not a big deal, but I don't know if that would make that much difference going down the road, not having to physically touch the button of the GPS like when you add it to the Yamaha versus using a little scar wheel right here like the Beamers have. That might, you know, help some, but I don't know if it's a deal breaker. I just think the BMW is so stable and rides good and does everything I need it to do. I almost feel like the BMW be a little bit more comfortable as far as the riding position on a long trip. Like instead of like being barely, and I do mean Yamaha is barely tilted forward. It is tilted forward a little bit. So is that gonna make a difference on a, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 hour riding day versus the BMW where, you know, your back is almost completely straight up and the bars are like kind of up here, kind of. And I don't think that the bend in the knee on the Beamer is as aggressive as far as your feet is not quite as far back. It's more of a natural, you know, even though it is still a bit back, but it's not quite as much. So, you know, I have decisions to make. My thing is I just don't want to get one bike or the other and not be happy with what I get. I know the Yamaha has better wind protection in stock form as the BMW, but, you know, with a few add-ons, spend a couple extra $100, can you make the BMW real close? I don't know. So, like I said, it's just something I've been thinking about, and I've been looking at store reviews on both bikes, trying to make my mind up. So when it comes time to buy, I'll know exactly what I want. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. That's about all I got for today's motovlog. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next one. See you guys.